Hi, I'm Zami, and welcome to this quick walkthrough of my Python data analysis project on a large-scale sales dataset. In this project, I have analyzed more than 500,000 sales transactions from a UK-based online retailer and uncovered key business insights. Enough of the chit-chat, let's dive in.
So I implemented the project on Google Colab using Pandas for data manipulation and Matplotlib for data visualization. The dataset contains detailed information about sales. For example, invoice number, stock code, description, quantity, invoice date, unit price, customer ID, and so on. In this project, my goals were performing exploratory data analysis, customer segmentation, and also performing customer churn analysis. Therefore, I first clean the data, handling missing values, identifying them using isNull.sum, then identifying missing descriptions in particular using the same command for description, and then I replaced this missing description with the most frequent description for each of the stock code. And I also handle invalid values. For example, invalid values such as erroneous records of negative quantity values or negative unit price was found, which does not make any sense for our business context, hence was removed. Outliers, for example, such as large business orders, were examined with caution using the .quantity.quantile function. If they made sense, then they were retained, for example, wholesale orders. Then I created some new features to enrich my analysis, such as total sales was calculated for each of the transactions by multiplying quantity with unit price. I also extracted month from the invoice date using .dt.month Pandas datetime accessor, so that this month column can be used for trend analysis in the next steps. Then using these new features, I started exploratory data analysis and analyzed monthly sales trend. I found that at the last quarter of the year, there was clear increase of sales in the month of October, November, and December, probably due to the holiday season of Christmas and the sales incentives given on those occasions. Then I also tried to investigate sales based on countries, where I found that the company had an excessive reliance on a particular market, which is United Kingdom, UK, because UK accounted for over 84% of total sales. But the product-wise total sales was really balanced and had no over-reliance, because the top product contributed only about 2% to the total sales, which indicates product sales diversification available in this company. Then I started the RFM analysis. For calculating RFM, I defined the current date by adding 1 day with the max invoice date. Then to create the RFM dataset, I grew by the customer ID, aggregating the invoice date to create the recency column, aggregating invoice number to create the frequency column, and aggregating the total sales to create the monetary column. All of them grouped by the customer ID. And then I tried to segment the customers based on their recency, frequency, and monetary values. So their recency, frequency, and monetary values were measured against a particular parameter having 4 levels. We implemented this particular standardization or categorization using the QCut function. Hence, the R segment, F segment, and M segment columns were created. All of them indicated the scores for each customer due to their recency, frequency, and monetary value. The RFM score was created by adding the R segment, F segment, and M segment values altogether. The higher the RFM score a customer will have, the more valuable he will be thought for the company as per our analysis. The customers with the highest RFM score of 12 was assigned to the gold customer categories, having significant contribution to the revenue of the company. To assign the customer IDs, we use sort values function with ascending argument in it. And we did customer churn analysis, where we tried to figure out firstly when was the last time a customer purchased from the company. For that, we grouped by customer ID column and tried to find out the maximum invoice date available for that particular customer ID. We established a churn threshold of 90 days, which means if a customer didn't purchase from the company at least for once beyond that 90 days period, then he would be categorized as a churn customer. Showcase the churn customers versus active customers, we plotted a histogram with a dashed line, and we also figured out the total number of churn customer from our analysis, which was 1,449 customers. So totally the insights we received from these projects are 5. Number 1, the monthly sales trend, which increased in the last quarter of the year due to holidays, and then geographical sales dependency in the UK market. And the third insight was that the company had product sales diversification already availed. And the fourth insight was that the customer segmentation had enough gold customers contributing frequently and with a high spending attribute with them. And lastly, the customer churn and the number of churn customer was 1,449. So that's where actually our project ends.
So this project showcases a complete data analysis pipeline, from data cleaning and feature engineering to insightful data visualizations and customer analytics, all optimized for large datasets. If you want to explore the code or learn more, check my project's GitHub link in the description. Thanks for watching. Feel free to connect for asking questions or collaborations. Bye.